So then we get into what happens if we have damages to the genetic code. So the reason all of these vegetables look and taste and act the way that they do, so to say, is because of mutations in this genetic code. So mutations, we usually think of them as a bad thing, but the reason we have so much diversity here on Earth is because we have mutations. If a mutation doesn't kill something off and it actually provides a benefit for survival, then the mutation may stick around. So the way that we have mutations is we can have alteration in the sequence of bases in DNA that either leads to changes in the structure and function and may have a wide range of effects. It might be something that helps the organism survive, something that doesn't really matter, and those mutations, there may be millions of those happening in your body, and because it wasn't something important, it doesn't affect you. Or it may be something really negative that kills you off. So if you've ever heard of people that have the breast cancer gene, like it was just publicized that Angelina Jolie had a double mastectomy because she carried the breast cancer gene. These breast cancer genes in humans are called BRCA1 and BRCA2. And this is basically the genes that are making it so that you don't have breast cancer. But if they get detected, if scientists go in there and look at your genes and they find these two genes, then you have something like a 90 to 95% chance of getting breast cancer. So now as we can detect these things, we can actually do something before the breast cancer goes in and causes all the harmful things that happen. So what these do is provides more than 200 different changes in the DNA sequence, and these changes result in an increased risk of developing breast cancer. So if you find them ahead of time, you can do something about them. If you don't find out until it's too late, you could get breast cancer. Other types of mutations that we see, here we see a normal fruit fly, and here's the mutant fruit fly. This normal fruit fly has normal eyes, the normal shape, the normal function, and by tweaking just that one gene or getting a mutation in just that one gene, it can cause the fruit fly to be born with no eyes or with mutated eyes. And if that happens in the wild, obviously that's not going to be a good thing, and the fruit fly who doesn't have eyes doesn't get any food, doesn't survive, and so therefore the mutation is not passed along to his offspring. But if he were to get a mutation that gave him better eyes, then he would be able to survive better and pass that along to his offspring who would have a good mutation. So mutations could be bad, mutations can be good. They're usually, I would say usually lethal, but if they are the thing that gives you an advantage over another species, and not necessarily like bigger muscles or stronger, but sometimes we have mutations that make organisms sneakier. So survival sometimes of the sneakiest. So we can see mutations in one of two places. We either see them in the sex cells or in the non-sex cells. If we see mutations in the sex cells, like the sperm and the egg, if there's a mutation in your sperm or an egg, let's take sperm for example. Sometimes there's mutations that make it so that the flagellum doesn't flap, and you can actually see YouTube videos of this where sperm are created that have tails that don't work right, and then they can't swim and they can never go to fertilize the egg. So the combination of those sex cells never happens in the first place. So that usually is a bad mutation. Makes it so that the cell never survives. However, if you have mutations to non-sex cells, like let's say that I go outside and I lay in the sun every day, not here in Ohio, but somewhere where it's sunny every day, and I get a mutation to my skin cells that causes me to have skin cancer, then I'm not going to pass the skin cancer gene along to my son because I got skin cancer outside of my eggs. So getting skin cancer from the sun, or getting cancer from radiation, or let's see, what would another one be? Mutations. I keep thinking about like Chernobyl, the nuclear explosion. You see lots of mutated organisms. The sun. Smoking. Like if I smoke and smoke and smoke and I get lung cancer and I die, that's not going to affect my sun cells because it was not a mutation to my egg, it was a mutation to my lung cell. So this is too small to see, but the diagram is in your book. We have different types of proteins, and I think I'm going to stop here so that I can make a bigger slide of this next time. And I think I was almost done, anyways. But at this point in time, you're free to go, unless you need to talk to me about your exam, or you need to talk to me about the homework. And I am going to put up another homework assignment. I'll put it on Springboard so that you can all check into that and get some more points and do better in this class. Yay.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Oh, yeah, it was almost done. Oh, I should have kept going.
Yeah, we like 3 slides left.
Ah. Oh, were you following along?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Hello.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about the homework.
Yes.